Okay, so this video is for Juan Korea at Dell Technical Support. I just want to show him how the Dell Precision M6400 Wi-Fi catcher turns on the machine once it's been turned off. Now this machine right now is not connected to a power source, it's battery only. I'm just going to shut it down. Okay, so now the computer is off. There's no power except for the battery. I close the lid, and the reason it's on top of a rubber yoga mat right now is just to simulate the conditions of being in a laptop, which is where it would overheat. And so what I'm going to do first is pick the laptop up and press the Wi-Fi catcher button, which is right next to the Wi-Fi on-off switch. You'll notice when you turn on the button, it starts to flash. Now the computer is supposed to be off right now, but pressing this button gives it the power somehow. So what I'm going to do now is just wait for the fan to come on. It'll take a few minutes, and then it'll go into a limbo mode where you can't turn it off without disconnecting the battery. But I just want to demonstrate this first to you. So I'll let it heat up. Just in case you're wondering, the video hasn't frozen, just waiting for the fan to turn on. And in fact it just has turned on, I can hear it. I'm just going to bring it closer to the camera so that maybe it's audible for the video microphone. You can probably hear that. Hear the fan. Wi-Fi catcher button is still flashing. Now what I'm going to try and do now is turn off the laptop. Because as you can see, there's nothing happening with the screen. It's still black. Power button's not on. None of the Wi-Fi or keyboard indicator buttons or indicators are lit up. So I press the off button. You can see that it doesn't turn the computer on or off. You might be able to see the light of the flashing Wi-Fi catcher button on the right hand side off the mat. You may not. So lift this up again. Wi-Fi catcher button is still flashing. So what I've found is the only way to turn this off and get it back is you have to make sure that it's disconnected from the power source, which it is, and you have to disconnect the battery. So you may or may not have heard the fan turning off, but it's pretty straightforward. So now that I've done that, I'm able to start up the battery, or to start up the system again in a normal way. So it doesn't really seem to affect the booting of the machine. The only problem that I've had with this particular strange behavior of the Wi-Fi catcher button is that it sometimes overheats the system in my bag if the system is left in the bag for any amount of time, and it actually killed one of my solid state drives. So that was unfortunate. Lost some data on another solid state drive as well, or it corrupted the file system, I think, but I was able to regain use of that particular drive, and it's in my system again now as a secondary file drive. So anyways, that's the explanation of the problem, and I hope it's clear enough. If it's not, please let me know. Thanks.